I'm going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of commerce. So my first do is to absolutely get involved in the program. There's so many clubs, conferences, and activities that you can be a part of. And I did this and I met so many other first years and upper years that I wouldn't have otherwise met. And I made some really great memories, so I'm so glad that I got involved. Second, I would say to use the resources that the Commerce program has to offer. So for example, the Business Career Center will help you with your resumes. The academic advisors will help you if you have any questions about classes or scheduling. And finally, the working sessions and tutorials are super helpful. They're completely optional, but you can apply the knowledge that you've learned in class to practice problems that are similar to ones you'll see on your quizzes and tests, so that's awesome. And lastly, I would say to get involved in the research pool. So you'll hear more about this next fall, but basically for every hour you do of research study, you get a credit. And once you get to 3 credits, you're able to bump up your mark. So for example, say you have a B+ in accounting at the end of the semester, but you have 3 credits, so you're able to bump that up to an A-, which is great. So for my don'ts, I would say don't overextend yourself. As important as it is to get involved, you have to remember that school is your main priority and that you really have to remember to stay on top of that. So I would say be involved in a couple of things, really stick to them, but don't go overboard. Second, I would say don't get behind. If you don't read your textbook and don't go to class, it'll catch up to you, and midterms will be a huge wake-up call in like a bad way. But then lastly, I would say don't be afraid to put yourself out there. So for example, I applied to 6 frosh rep positions, which is kind of a lot, but I knew they'd be really competitive. So I ended up not getting most of them, but the ones I did get were the ones I didn't expect to. They were like kind of like the random weird ones I just thought, oh, this sounds really cool, I've never really heard of it, and it's just kind of like a new thing, so I'd try it. And then the ones I thought I did get, I didn't end up getting. So I'm really glad that, I put myself out there and went out of my comfort zone to learn new things.